Very good morning to all my viewers and subscribers. Today is 7th May 2020 and I have decided to read out some excerpts from a research paper that I wrote yesterday in response to a landmark decision that was made recently by the interim government in Sudan in order to criminalize female genital mutilation. So the research paper is titled Zero Tolerance Against Female Genital Mutilation, and I would like to begin reading now. It starts like this. Recently, Sudan made an exemplary move to criminalize female genital mutilation, which is also known as FGM, which is a gross violation of human rights of girls and women. This is a welcome move and should serve as a guideline to other countries in Africa, Asia, and the Middle East, where it is traditionally seen as a way of curbing female sexual desire in order to reinforce conservative behavior. Sources suggest that the transitional government in Sudan has approved a landmark draft law to criminalize FGM. Under the proposed amendment to the Criminal Code, anyone found guilty of performing the procedure will be sentenced up to 3 years in prison. The law must still be ratified by a joint meeting of the Cabinet and the Sovereign Council, which assumed power after last year's overthrow of longtime President Omar al-Bashir. According to a 2014 report of the United Nations Children Agency, 87% Sudanese women and girls between the ages of 15 and 49 have been subjected to the procedure. According to sources, a meeting will soon be held with the Sovereign Council to ratify the law. Other than being a violation of every girl child's rights, this practice is harmful and has serious consequences for the physical and mental health of girls and women who undergo FGM. According to Amnesty International, the practice is shrouded in secrecy and is often initiated and carried out by traditional circumcisers in unhygienic conditions using unsafe instruments. It has no known health benefits for girls and women. It involves damaging or removing healthy and normal female genital tissue and interferes with the natural functions of the body. It can cause immediate complications including severe pain, excessive bleeding, and problems in urinating. It can also cause long-term effects including leading to cysts and infections as well as complications in childbirth. The event itself can be traumatic for survivors and can cause lasting psychological consequences. FGM of any type is recognized internationally as a harmful practice and a form of violence against women. The practice violates the right of girls and women to equality and non-discrimination, including in relation to the elimination of violence against women. It violates the right to security and physical integrity and the right to the highest attainable standard of health. It also violates the right to be free from torture and other cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment. In some instances, when the practice causes death, it also violates the right to life. FGM is usually practiced on girls in the range of 0 to 15 years. Therefore, it is a violation of the rights of the child, especially the right to be protected from violence and to develop in a healthy manner. As regards FGM in India, I have collected some data and I have analyzed the same. Some analysis suggests that female genital mutilation or cutting, which is also known as FGM or C, as it is practiced in India, is known as khatna or cuffs, and it is a practice which is common amongst the Bohra community, whose members live in Gujarat, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Kerala. The Bohra community is estimated to be 1 million strong in India. Many also live outside India. While the practice is well documented around the world, in India, the veil of secrecy around the practice has meant there is no official data on its prevalence. In 2018, a study published by We Speak Out, a survival-led movement, revealed that 75% of daughters aged 7 years and above of all respondents in the sample from the Bohra community were subjected to FGM or C. So I think it is time now to sit up, take note, and condemn this reprehensible and barbarian practice. So I would like to request all my viewers to read this research paper, which is available on a link that I will provide in my channel here, and write back to me with your thoughts and any recommendations, suggestions that you would like to provide for the same, and join this international campaign against female genital mutilation. So my email ID is pksofficial2020@gmail.com, and I'll be very eagerly waiting for your emails and to your thoughts and experiences. And connect with me on Instagram, and have a great day ahead.